simultaneously on ABC's Flash Forward.
Everyone on the planet blacked out at exactly the same time.
I didn't just lose consciousness. It felt more like I was having a memory, only it was of the future.
Same thing happened to me.
In my flash forward, I saw someone drowning me.
I was getting a prenatal sonogram.
I was with another man. I've never seen him before.
In my flash forward, I was investigating what caused all this.
You have to see this. Right there. Look right there.
No way.
Who the hell is that? Why are they awake?
This was taken about midway through the blackout.
We're calling him Suspect Zero.
Dr. Benford, I'm Lloyd Simcoe.
It doesn't matter what I saw. This man means nothing to me.
His son's your patient.
Our experiment killed 20 million people, Simon. We were the cause.
I do not believe we caused the blackout.
Who's the woman?
I have no idea. But I am going to meet her. I didn't have a flash forward because I'm going to be dead.
You will be shot 3 times. You, Agent Benford, you will kill Agent No.
You're coming with us. Lower their guns.
You two are disobeying a direct order.
Here. Wedding's orders.
Thank you, and goodbye.
No, please, don't hurt her.
Get in the van, Mr. Simcoe.
I'll come with you, please. Get in the van!
I want to tell you a story about a man I know. A window washer in Los Angeles. Nothing special about him. Just going about his life, living from day to day.
Hook me up.
Vague plans, few dreams. And if he had any aspirations, he never spoke of them. Like most of us, he was already unconscious when the blackout hit. Before the blackout, the window washer lived his life ignoring the questions of the future. They just weren't that important to him, so he believed nothing. But the blackout came, and this man faced certain death. Many of us think that when divine intervention happens, it's something big. But it can also be a small thing that seems so inconsequential in the moment. It turns out to be the turning point of your entire life. Big or small, what if that moment affected everyone, everywhere, at the exact same time? What would that mean to you? Where would you look for answers? The answer is never about just one person. Every single person's life was touched by the blackout. None of us are in this alone. Each one of us is unique, but we are being stitched together to form a tapestry, something larger that can't be understood until we step back to see the whole thing. At some point, we all wake up, and then we have to choose. Do we walk in hope, believing that what God is doing is good, or do we stumble around resigning ourselves to chaos? The window washer saw a path through the chaos, and he saw the good in what he was shown. That window washer was me. These are the questions people have always struggled with. Only now, they are more powerful than ever.
Take me through something here. You're in a foreign country against my expressed wishes, and you decide to pull a gun in a public place. Just out of curiosity, what were you thinking?
Back off! Back off now!
Can I go see my wife? She was just nearly kidnapped.
What were you thinking? I asked you a question.
Can you try to tell us what you saw?
Yeah, I was saying goodbye. Dylan Simcoe has been a patient of mine for a while. The paramedics were loading him in. And that's when I noticed something was wrong.
We don't have time for this.
Well, they weren't paramedics. I mean, they didn't know what they were doing.
Bill, can you get down here?
Who's Bill? Oh, the security guard. They shot him. They just did it. And then they turned the gun at me.
No, please, don't hurt her.
And that's when Mark jumped in and got in the middle of it.
Mark?
Lloyd. Sorry, tired. Lloyd Simcoe. He told them not to hurt me and that he'd go with them. He saved my life.
Some stranger tells me I'm gonna put 3 bullets in my friend. I'm not gonna invite her to a tea party.
Are you trying to be cute?
At least I'm not sitting on my hands. We still haven't gone to Somalia. We can't find D. Gibbons. And for some reason, we're not using every resource available to us to find out who the hell Suspect Zero is.
Somalia is a war zone, and I'm working to get us in.
The Detroit Bureau is canvassing Michigan looking for Suspect Zero. And we got Gibbons on the 10 most wanted list, which is more than a miracle to pull off. So don't you imply that I'm not working with you here.
Are you gonna find Lloyd? It's only happened because he came forward, did the right thing. Please find him.
Your bureau-mandated therapist. You see her 3 times a week, and when she thinks you're up to it, we'll talk about a reinstatement.
Excuse me. I know America was a country founded by Puritans, but is there really not a single beer in this entire place?
I think you got us confused with the ATF, Dr. Campos. What is it you're doing here?
I'm advising the office on all things scientific related to the investigation.
Very scientific.
That is classified.
Not to me.
Mark?
I can see working for the FBI is going to be much more interesting than academia.
Mark, it's not what it looks like.
Not now. You've been through enough. Let's come wait till later. Let's go home.
Bye-bye.
It's been 8 hours since Simcoe was kidnapped. Where are we?
We know it was a professional job, but there hasn't been any kind of ransom demand.
We can only theorize as to why he's been taken, but considering how many people want him dead.
Could be anyone.
What's he doing here?
Nice to see you too, Agent No.
Agent Vogel has officially joined the Mosaic Task Force. Embrace it, Dimitri. This is now an interagency investigation.
I've asked Dr. Campos to be here. His close association to Simcoe should be able to shed some light on our kidnappers.
I suggest we cast a wider net. Terrorists, anyone interested in future forecasting. If someone were able to master the flash forwards, they would be effectively printing their own money. I think we can all agree that the mind of Lloyd Simcoe is a priceless resource.
Help! Help! Can anybody hear me?
No one can hear you.
You're dehydrated. You should replenish your electrolytes. You tell me what I need to know, and you can walk out of here right now.
Who are you?
You actually don't want to know the answer to that question.
Go to hell.
You have no idea what hell is. But I guess you're going to find out.
From the outside, I looked the same after the blackout, but inside, I was different. We've lived believing not knowing the future made life difficult. The truth is that it's vastly more difficult knowing what lies before us.
But of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat. For in the day that you eat of it, you shall surely die.
Mom? Mom? Mom! Why would you do something like that? You could have burned the whole house down. What's gotten into you?
Sorry, whatever. She's had breakfast. The nanny was late. You know, when you say you're going to be here, I need you to be here. It's not my fault. She burned the Bible this morning. What? I don't want to search the house again for matches or a lighter or whatever. The family Bible? Mom!
The challenge for us is to find the gift in what we saw. We may not recognize it at first, but if we pay attention, it will reveal itself.
What else am I gonna do? Charlie's at school, and it's not like I play any golf.
We didn't get to talk last night, and I don't want to not talk. I was saying goodbye to Lloyd. But what you saw in that videotape, that was supposed to be an ending. I swear to God, it made me happy to think it was over.
I'm just glad you're okay.
But it's the thing I am not. I haven't been for a while. At work, I'm cold and I'm distant, and then I come home and you and
I haven't been the easiest guy to come home to. I know. I'm sorry.
What if we just ran? What if we just upped and moved away? No, I mean it. I mean, everything bad we saw, it was here in L.A.
You serious about this?
Al Goff jumped off a building to save a woman's life, a woman he didn't even know. There's nothing I won't do to save our marriage.
Come here.
There's a homeless man. He's vomiting. He looks like he needs help. 838 Boucher Street, by the train yard.
Are you with the victim now, sir?
Call's a hoax. Really, EMTs responded. Bad guys swapped themselves in.
The ambulance company supplied us with this, and aside from the videotape, it's the only lead we have on the kidnapping.
Have you found the missing EMTs?
We sent LAPD detectives to that location. Dead end. It's just an empty rail yard south of downtown.
And we haven't located the ambulance either.
You outsourced this to the Los Angeles Police Department.
It's a local crime.
That involves our investigation.
What about Lloyd's laptop?
What about it?
Well, I might be able to break through the encryption software, see who he was in contact with before he was taken. Could help.
Janice, take a security team to escort Dr. Campos to the Simcoe house. I want to talk to the detectives who canvassed that crime scene. Thank you.
Is this, Suite 520?
Uh-huh. And you're my 3 o'clock.
And why does it look like you're leaving?
Because it's 3 o'clock, and if I don't get an iced latte stat, I'm gonna need therapy. Agent Benford. For the past 12 years, my job has been to help people cope by helping them explore their past. But since the blackout, that's all changed. The majority of people who are coming to see me are dealing with traumas from their future. So tell me what you saw.
I saw myself off the wagon with guns pointed at me.
What else do you remember?
It's not enough trauma for you?
I've seen your files. You got a God complex. I believe that you saw something in your flash forward. Something that you might not even be conscious of, that's making you believe that you're the center of the universe, and I'm not signing anything until we find out what that is.
Next thing I knew, I was upside down, staring at a broken windshield and a bunch of oranges on the 110.
Okay, by my math, that doesn't exactly add up to 2 minutes and 17 seconds.
You're not the first person to point that out.
And you were drinking.
Can't even remember half of it.
You want to? Because there has been some success using a modified calcium urine inhibitor to enhance people's memories of their flash forwards.
Using a drug to enhance memories. I don't know. I don't think a magical mystery tour is the best way to go for someone in recovery.
What are you afraid of?
Not much. In case you forgot, I chase down very bad people for a living.
Not anymore, you don't. Call me when you want to continue treatment. I'd be happy to see you.
You go to the alley. Guard the back door.
Could you get me a beer from the refrigerator, please?
We're here as your security, Mr. Campos, not your servants.
I'm trying to brute force an encryption here. I don't have time to get up. I've even less time for explicating why said request should be obvious. So why don't you toddle off, get me a beer. It'll help me cogitate. That means think.
That's a big word for such a little man.
I'm wounded. But I still want my beer.
be all right. Okay. Take it easy.
Where's Simon?
He's gone. You're the only one here. What happened?
There were two guys wearing masks. Just like the ones on Mark's board.
Good. I found you.
But his father's been kidnapped.
It's not like he's going to live on the street. Social services will take good care of him.
This is my patient. You can't release him.
You signed the forms yesterday. We kept him overnight as a courtesy, but come on. We need the beds.
Yeah, but he's developed a complication. His clot got worse.
I didn't realize you had x-ray vision. Well, I guess we can close down radiology.
Dylan, come here a second. Dylan? Hey, babe. I'm not gonna hurt you. Dylan. Hey, hey. Dylan? Sweetie? The book hurled and swirled them into squirrely world. To fight Finnegan the super shark and live out Tim Tim's words. Oh, who knows if the stories will go how Tim Tim made 'em go. I guess we'll just have to watch the Tim Tim and Squirrely show. That's right. I guess you'll just have to watch the Tim Tim and Squirrely show. Tim Tim and Squirrely show. Tim Tim and Squirrely show. Yeah, elevated heart rate, shortness of breath, and warm forehead could be sepsis.
Are they gonna find my daddy, Olivia?
Yeah. Of course they are.
Oh, yeah. Like, we're gonna find an ambulance out here that the LAPD couldn't find. Good call. This is definitely not a waste of time.
You know what? I got a better idea. Why don't we take out our guns and wave them around? See what happens.
Listen, what happened in Hong Kong?
Should stay in Hong Kong?
I was following a lead on my own murder.
I know. The thing you and Benford screwed up over there is so much bigger than who might put 3 bullets in you on March 15th.
For you, maybe.
Come on. You think you're the only one who didn't have a flash forward? Who saw something they wish they hadn't? Take some advice. You can cry, you can lie to your fiance, whatever. But sooner or later, you better get it together or else she's gonna be walking along that beach, getting ready to marry somebody else. Don't be stupid. There are people around you who know things you don't. If you want to avoid being killed, you're gonna need a better partner. Better than Mark Benford. What was that about, a waste of time?
Hey.
I am so glad to see your shining face.
Really?
Yep. Mr. Mikalski just woke up from surgery, and we need someone to check on him.
I'll be too.
Thanks.
Wait. Excuse me. Hey. Hey. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you're someone else. Sorry. In my flash forward, I only saw him for a second, but I'm sure it was him.
Well, I gave his description to security. I really want you to call that detective friend of Mark's.
Detective Liefeld. No, I gave him a description 2 months ago. I mean, this won't be anything new.
You never know what can help. You should call him.
Okay.
There you are. Okay. I'll see you later.
Hey, it's gonna be all right. Okay?
I keep trying to convince myself that this is a mistake. You know, it's just something that I don't understand, but I can't keep walking around wondering if this guy's gonna be behind every corner.
Have you heard about Sanctuary? Oh, let me show you. I put these up everywhere. Here.
Yeah, I've seen these.
The guy who leads it sees things in a really positive way. You should check it out. He might be able to help.
It doesn't matter to me whether you were frightened by what you saw or excited. I'll be the first to admit I was totally confused by my flash forward. I wasn't a religious person at all. I didn't know what to do, but a voice said, just keep moving forward. So I created Sanctuary, a place where we can be safe, where there is no threat, no danger.
What do you think they're after?
It's the experiment at Ann Lab. It's gotta be. Clearly, I didn't consider the repercussions of our announcement.
Your announcement, Lloyd.
I shouldn't have implicated you and the rest of the staff.
Oh, spare me your whinging, Lloyd. I was co-director of the project. I was on the hook the moment you opened your mouth. And as I've said repeatedly, I do not think we were responsible for the blackout.
It would seem our captors would beg to differ.
Yes, we do beg to differ. Sit, please. I have emphysema. I contracted it through years of habitual smoking. Disgusting proclivity, isn't it? Only villains smoke. We know this, right?
I'm sorry. You are?
You may call me Flosso. And I'm a villain. Imagine a basket the size of Montana. Now imagine said basket is filled with money. That is what my employers are paying me to ask you these questions. So, at 11 a.m. on October 6th, you conducted a proton-driven plasma Wakefield experiment. It is my understanding that you were searching for tachyonic dark matter. In the resulting particle collision, how much collision energy was generated?
I don't know.
Are we talking about 1 billion electron volts?
I don't know.
How many electron volts were generated?
Perhaps I can help you with your inquiry.
On October 6th, you were in Toronto burying your father, I believe. I'm asking the man who actually pushed the button. You're here for a different reason. So, how many electron volts were generated?
I'd rather die than tell you how to manufacture another blackout.
You think you caused it?
I did.
No, Dr. Simcoe. All the two of you did was amplify it. So, again, how many electron volts? What you got?
No wounds, no ligature marks, so I'm going with a poison of some kind. But I won't know more until the toxology comes back. We found this. Might belong to one of the EMTs.
A leather case?
Fits a palm pre, but we didn't find a phone.
If the phone's still in the ambulance, we can triangulate its position from the signal.
Find the phone, find the ambulance.
Find the ambulance, maybe find the guys who stole it. Find them, and they'll get us to Simon and Lloyd.
Just relax. You ever sit in a chair before?
Not like this one, no.
Well, some people who've had difficulty recalling their flash forwards have had real breakthroughs with this treatment. So how about you tell me what changed your mind?
Driving everyone around me, everyone I care about, away. Because I can't deal with what my future might be.
Was that really so hard to say?
You got no idea.
Well, therapy is a lot like AA. The first step in recovery is admitting you have a problem.
That's gonna hurt.
Truth always does a little.
The man in my flash forward had a neck like an ox. Smelled like a meat locker. Don't know where I was or who the man was. I felt my thumbs on his trachea. I pushed down as hard as I could until I felt something snap. Then I let go.
I can't believe you'd be capable of something like that.
I guess mine's a little bit more violent than yours.
I'm confused. In my flash forward, I got a text message from you. Sorry, I have to make a call.
Can't remember that. I mean, obviously I couldn't have sent you a text in the middle of what I was doing. Or maybe I sent you a text earlier and you just retrieved it then.
I don't understand. Why don't our futures match?
Because it's a possible future. Clearly you weren't paying any attention to the story about the FBI agent who committed suicide. Anything's possible. Vision or no vision.
Lloyd, that's pointless. They're wire windows. They probably nailed them shut anyway. Touche.
I just need one person to walk by and look down. Wait. No.
You should start to feel a tingling sensation in your extremities. This is completely normal. Just relax. Let the memories come.
I just wish you were standing behind the 8-ball when I came crashing through. Go to hell, Lloyd.
What'd you see?
I was on the phone.
Do you know who you were talking to?
Lloyd Simcoe.
You dropped something. Let's start again from the beginning. You were conducting an experiment in plasma Wakefield acceleration. Am I correct in that assumption?
I thought I made it clear I can't tell you.
Lloyd! Were you successful, Dr. Simcoe?
Lloyd!
Did your facility detect anything superluminal?
This has nothing to do with Simon. Why?
Is there any Cherenkov radiation?
I can't.
Very well, then. Let the wild rumpus begin.
Hey, kiddo. Go back to sleep, babe. I was just checking in on you.
I can't. Will you sing some more?
I think I exhausted my repertoire. I have to go home.
I saved you this for my dinner.
A cookie? You did? Thank you.
Hey, Aaron, it's Mark. I think I could use some help.
Makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come to you.
Talk to me, man. What's happened, Mark? Why are you sitting here in your car in front of a bar?
That's what's gonna happen, right? My therapist gave me this drug to unlock the parts of my flash forward I couldn't remember because I was drinking.
It's me. I need to talk to you.
Well, this isn't a good time. I was on the phone with Lloyd Simcoe.
Have you been drinking?
Go to hell, Lloyd. I told him I didn't want to talk to him.
Look, you've every right to hate me, but...
Listen, I don't hate you. I just wish you were standing behind the 8-ball when I came crashing through.
Fine, but we need to talk about the QED.
Sounded like we were working together.
I'm not sure. It's highly theoretical, but I'm close to cracking it.
Listen to me. Close is not good enough. D. Gibbons told me about it.
The man you call D. Gibbons lied to you.
You need to hurry. We're running out of time. Unless we can stop this. And then I told him. There's going to be another blackout.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. There's going to be another blackout.
If Simcoe saw the same thing you did, why's he been sitting on this information the whole time? Why hasn't he come forward?
I don't know. Let's find him and ask him. Let me back in, and I can track him.
Go home. I'm doing my best to get you reinstated, I promise.
Well, what am I supposed to do till then?
You said you saw more clues from your vision. Work them, but be quiet about it.
All right.
This business is about another blackout. Keep it to yourself. If we can't tell the world when it's going to happen, that's beyond irresponsible.
This is the number for one of our missing EMTs. We're hoping the phone might still be in the ambulance. Can you track it for us?
Yeah, if the battery's still got juice, I can capture the signal and triangulate its position.
How close can you get us?
So within 50 meters if it's in the city?
Great, let's do it.
I made it for you, Daddy. To cheer you up.
Well, it worked. Thank you, Charlie. It's beautiful.
What's all this?
It's a giant puzzle. Something I still haven't figured out yet.
When I do jigsaw puzzles at Nana's house, I always feel that way when she dumps the pieces out on the table.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. But we always start with the corners and work in. At least you know what they are. Start with the corners, Daddy.
Come here.
Sometimes we feel God's hand on the back of our neck, pushing us towards something. And sometimes we feel totally abandoned. That's normal. But just because you don't feel something doesn't mean it's not there. How many people here have gotten sunburned on a cloudy day? You didn't think it was working on you, but it was. God's love is just like that. Working for your good, whether you are aware of it or not. Here you go. Thank you.
Sorry, I just had a question.
Sure.
What about our responsibility before God? Don't we owe him something?
Like what?
Obedience? I mean, we need to follow the rules that he sets out.
And if we don't?
We get punished. I just don't see how you can say that the blackout was good. I mean, look at all the people that died. Look at all the trouble it's causing.
Wow. Clearly I've upset you.
Well, don't you think, in the very least, the flash forwards were a wake-up call for us to get our act together before it's too late?
I didn't catch your name.
Nicole.
My name is Timothy. I'd really like to keep talking with you, but if I don't get out of here before my hour's up, I get charged.
Well, thanks.
There's a coffee shop I like nearby. If you want to talk about it again later.
Red Panda provides humanitarian aid all around the world. Everything from micro-investments to education. We've been extremely busy since the blackout, as I'm sure you can imagine.
You said you do work all over the world.
Yes, we grew out of DHS in the 90s, demographic and health services. We're in South America, the Middle East, the African subcontinent.
Somalia? Was Red Panda there in 91?
There was no Red Panda in 1991. You weren't chartered until 98.
And you send in, what, teams of people?
With clean water supplies, mostly. The warlords keep most everyone out, but, humanitarian groups like us can get in.
Is there anyone I could talk to about maybe piggybacking on one of Red Panda's trips?
Doubt it. Not to be disrespectful, but most of the people working here probably have police records as thick as the Bible.
We're not like that anymore.
Uh-huh. Have a nice day, Agent Benford.
You have to at least let me pay for your coffee.
It's okay. I didn't have any plans anyway.
It's not like he's scary or anything. I just feel better if you're here.
I'll be right here if you need me.
Great. Oh, and can you see if you can get the change in pennies?
Can I buy you a cup of coffee?
That's all right. I'm getting one to go.
Why don't you tell me what upset you earlier?
In my flash forward, I was underwater. Someone was drowning me. And in the end, I was dead.
People ask me all the time to interpret what they saw, and I can't. Ultimately, interpretation is your responsibility.
But how could my drowning be good?
What if you were being baptized? Wouldn't that be a good thing?
But then why was I struggling?
Well, I'm sorry to say, I've dropped more than one person in a full immersion baptism. Water gets up their nose, they freak out, slip away.
But I died.
Or fainted. My point here is that these visions are just a snapshot. You only see a small portion. Think of Jesus and his sacrifice. To his disciples, it was a tragedy because they couldn't see the bigger picture. It's a new reality for everyone who came after.
Is that what you think is happening now?
It's not fate versus free will. It's fate and free will. But hey, I'm just a super religious weirdo dude. You don't have to believe anything I say. But every day, God puts something good in your life. Embrace it and let all the other stuff fall away. The challenge we face is recognizing that the answers to our most burning questions may be right in front of us.
You sure
sure you don't want to try our tofurkey soy cheesesteak? It's on special.
I'm positive.
I really wish I could have been more help to you, but since I don't even know what you're looking for.
Me neither. Thanks anyway.
Yeah, no problem.
When did you guys change locations?
About a month ago. We had a fire during the blackout. Luckily, I got my money before the insurance company went broke.
Where was your old location?
Dr. Simcoe, how many electron volts were generated? It's a number, Dr. Simcoe. An abstract object.
I can't sacrifice any more lives.
Sacrifice is an interesting word. I appreciate its duality. It can be used as both noun or verb. One can take action, surrender, or give something up for something else. I, however, prefer the Greek noun form thusia to indicate the object itself that is sacrificed, meaning one's family or the proverbial pound of flesh.
Lloyd! Tell him what I want, Lloyd!
I'm not saying he's bad. I just think most religion is a kind of club designed to keep some people in and some people out.
Well, if it makes you feel better about your life, what difference does it make?
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. I just want you to be careful.
You know what, maybe this wasn't the best idea. You know, even when her medicine's working, she's odd and it's unpredictable.
Hey, I want to hang out. So there's nothing to be afraid of. Okay?
All right, but if you want to bail, I totally understand. Mom, this is my friend Bryce. We work together at the hospital.
Don't touch my hair. You'll scare the butterflies away.
So this is the reason for all the pennies.
You brought pennies?
Yeah, I got a bunch today.
You're a doctor?
Yeah.
I've been struck by lightning 6 times.
Wow. Can I help with the wall?
Only use the ones marked 1989. That's the year that Nicole was born.
Nice.
This whole thing is a tribute to her.
You never told me that.
You never asked.
Actually, we were just discussing a question that's been bothering us. Do you think God caused the flash forward?
Flash forward? So what? People are crying about it. Boo-hoo. It's not the end of the world. I have a hallucination every day. Nobody gives a damn. And if you want to know about God, what some people call coincidence is really God at work.
Oh, that makes perfect sense.
Found one.
Glue's right there. Oh, and start the music, will you?
Sure.
Come on, girl. Show them how it's done.
I come bearing gifts. Your son wears a size 4 shoe. His physical therapist's name is Joni. And finally, these were taken before the blackout. We've had your family under surveillance for quite some time.
Hey. Hey, we got a lead on our missing quantum physicist. LAPD and SWAT are backing us up.
Where'd you find him?
We tracked the ambulance to a restaurant that's been abandoned since the blackout. Infrared's catching 4 guys inside. You want in on the takedown?
Text me the address.
If you care about your son, you will want to consider your next response very carefully. How many electron volts were generated? CERN can generate up to 500 tera-electron volts. Am I in the ballpark?
You're thinking too small. We cracked the peta-electron volt barrier.
You generated more than a quadrillion electron volts? And what about tachyonic dark matter? Did you find it?
We came close. Uncharged conjugation, so breakdown in time symmetry.
What do we got? What do we got? Clean this up. Get rid of it.
Bomb was keyed to 842.3 megahertz.
It's a bureau frequency.
We came rolling in here, our radios triggered the explosive.
It's not your everyday kidnappers.
No. Just sending a clear message. Don't go where you aren't invited.
Don't go to Pigeon, Utah. Don't go to Washington, D.C.
But it occurs to me that if Mark saw them in his vision, they saw him too. Beginning on October 6th, they knew that you and Mark were at the center of this thing. How they plan on using that knowledge, that's what we need to be thinking about.
Oh, hey, you're Nicole's friend from this afternoon.
Bryce, we work together at the hospital.
Right. Is she feeling better?
She's better, actually. That's the reason that I'm here to talk to you tonight. Look, she's a great girl. And this whole thing, this religion thing, I'm not quite sure what you're selling here, but I just want to make sure she doesn't get hurt.
Well, I'm not sure if you'll believe me, Bryce, but I'm not selling anything. I'm just receiving a gift from God of a vision of myself on April 29th. What I saw opened me up to the idea that everyone's purpose is to give and receive love. Simple as that. My job is to give that message to as many people as possible. No one ever got hurt getting a little more love into their life. What are you afraid of?
Go to hell, Lord. Look, you have every right to hate me. But listen, I don't hate you. I just wish you was standing behind the 8-ball when I came crashing through.
Word of advice. Next time, take the trigger finger.
I was afraid this was my only chance. How the hell did you find us?
You called me. We were talking on the phone together in our flash forwards. Now it's time for you to tell me everything.
The painkiller I gave you should be taking effect. How are you feeling?
I've been better.
Well, that didn't go quite as well as planned, did it?
I give you the finger, but I'm running out of ones to spare.
I improvised. I had to. We weren't getting any results. And we needed to direct suspicion away from you. I think we've accomplished that for tonight, if nothing else.
Forget it. I'm done being your bitch.
Really? Then I suppose you won't mind if I have a talk with the authorities about the man in this video. As of this moment, the world thinks you and Simcoe accidentally caused this blackout. What happens if they find out you were awake while it happened?
So we'll go no more a-roving, so late into the night. Though the heart be still as loving, and the moon be still as bright. For the sword outwears its sheath, and the soul wears out the breast. And the heart must pause to breathe, and love itself. Though the night be made for loving,
I can't believe Dad is gone.
Too soon. We'll go no more a-roving by the light of the moon.
Okay, well, I have to take care of the funeral home, but I'll meet you back at the house. I won't be long. It's all right. It's all right. This isn't the way to the funeral home.
Oh, you won't be going there, Mr. Campos.
What are you talking about?
I have instructions to deliver you to the lakeside heliport. From there, you will be airlifted to your final destination.
I'm in the middle of my father's funeral. What the hell is going on?
I don't know. I just drive. This ticket is yours. My boss will be contacting you. Go team.
For Detroit, second baseman, number 17, Richie Engel.
I've just about had enough. Who the hell is this?
You don't get to ask questions here. You've been part of this since you were 13. We've given you a lot of leeway. In fact, we haven't asked much of you over the years. Truth be told, you've had it kind of easy. So now we want you to do exactly what we say. Get to your seat. We're running out of time.
Sit down.
There's a tub of popcorn in front of you. Start eating. There's a ring inside the box. Put it on. Put it on now. We're running out of time.
Attention, please. Now batting for Samuels, number 9, Rick
Listen to my instructions. Walk into the nearest tunnel.
Hello, son.
What the hell is going on?
Give me the ring back. Follow me.
Mr. Campos, I need you in bed, please. Now.
Do you know how often I hear that?
Uh-huh. Sit.
What's taking so long? I was ready to leave 6 hours ago.
You came in with a concussion, so we needed to keep you in for observation.
Oh, Betty. I never knew you cared.
Betty?
My pediatrician growing up. You remind me of her. I had such a crush.
Ready, sport? Got your prescription filled at the pharmacy. Make sure you take all the doses. I do not need you as a bounce back.
Yes, Betty.
It's all yours.
Hallelujah. The sheets are scratchy. The food is vile. I don't like people watching me sleep. Is all this really necessary?
You were kidnapped and tortured. It's for your own protection.
Well, with all due respect, I can protect myself.
With all due respect, you can't. You are officially and indefinitely detained under investigation by the WMD Directorate within the FBI's National Security Branch.
I volunteered my services.
And we appreciate that, but from now on, we own you.
Am I under arrest?
I don't know. Have you broken any laws?
Not unless it's illegal to be kidnapped in front of your own son, beaten half to death and held captive. No.
Just run me.
Well, I gotta hand it to him. He found them.
Told the other agents everything I could remember.
Guy's a loose cannon. Loose cannon or not, Mark managed to do what the rest of us couldn't. On his own.
Janice is bringing Campos back here from the hospital.
When she does, we need to start double-teaming these two and compare their
I'm
stories.
supposed to feel pity for you, Mr. Simcoe, but considering the circumstances, excuse me if I don't. You've known all this time there was going to be another blackout. Why didn't you step forward?
I don't know what you want me to tell you, Agent Benford.
Let's start with the truth.
How about this? 20 million people die, possibly precipitated by something I did. I have a vision in which a drunk man tells me another blackout is coming. No further information, no context, no substantiation. Now you tell me, under the circumstances, what do you expect me to do?
How about contact the authorities, give them a little heads up?
What, like you did? Why didn't you come in here and tell your colleagues there was going to be another blackout?
We're talking about you here.
Fine.
April 29th, day of our visions. You called me. And considering where you were, you had to have had a damn good reason. I need to know your side of things, and right now you're not telling me everything. In fact, you're not telling me anything. And no, technically, you're not under arrest right now.
Oh, good. Can I go then?
Day's not over yet.
When can I see Lloyd? I need to talk to him alone.
Are you just not listening to me? You're not doing anything alone. He'll be in debriefings all day.
Well, can I go home first, at least?
Dude, you live in a hotel.
It's got this amazing shower. It sprays water on you in all directions.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And the towels. White, fluffy, warm.
Are you serious? Does that crap actually work on women?
My attempt is not to seduce, but to disarm in the physics sense.
Oh.
An unstable element transforms.
Huh.
I find that people are a little bit more honest when you disarm them.
What's going on?
I don't know. Something's weird. Something weird.
Just some water or something?
No, I'm okay. I'm okay.
You're definitely not okay.
Penicillin.
You're allergic?
Yeah.
Okay. Help!
Anaphylactic.
Okay. Help! Okay. Hold on. Hold on.
Royal Toronto Flight 67 from London is now arriving at gate 122. Royal Toronto will
Really?
Wow.
Did you really think you could leave the country without being noticed?
Country is such a loose term. It's Canada.
Let's go.
Where are we going?
Gate D12. They're holding a flight back to LA.
Well, I'm tired of being told what to do, when to do it,
Being treated like a criminal? Get used to it.
Can't make me go with you.
Yeah, you're right. I can't. But they can.
Wait. 24 hours in Toronto. That's all I ask. Look, I'm sorry about earlier. Rarely I am, but it's important that I'm here.
More important than the global blackout? Game over,
Well,
Simon.
there's some personal stuff going on with my family. It's important. There's some things going on.
I'm really sorry your sister ran away. I am, but we can't just let you leave.
How do you know about Annabelle?
Police reports. Your mom's been writing to her in the personal sections of the Globe and Mail. You're not the only one who's good at their job.
I said I would be here to help find her. Please. It's important.
Medic?
It's Janice, sir. I've got him.
Good. Now you get that squirrely SOB back here ASAP.
Actually, I'd like to take a beat on that.
I'm listening.
Well, he says he's here because of his sister, but I think there's more to it than that. This is just a hunch, but can I take 24 hours to play it out?
I'll give you the night. But you make damn sure you put a leash on that dog. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Good.
It's too tight.
No boo-hoo.
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah, go further than 100 feet from me and I'll show you uncomfortable. Okay, hurry up. Put your clothes on before I change my mind.
You police types. All about power and intimidation. I could have done this with my trousers on, you know.
Yeah, well, my intent was to destabilize. In the physics sense. Hurry up.
Hey.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I'm okay. I'm okay.
You look awful.
I'm all right. Mom, this is my friend Janice. Janice. This is my brothers.
Graham, Adam, what's happening?
All right, man?
Good.
All right, movie star. Right, you should see the other guy.
I was so proud to learn that Simon had joined the FBI. But he's been very helpful.
Yeah, he's been very helpful.
Hello? Not now. Reporters. Still calling every day.
Camped out on the lawn after the press conference.
My Simon, such a celebrity. So, are you his secretary?
Huh. No.
More of an associate.
After their father died, Annabelle was in shock. A few days later, the blackout hit. She left a note. Too much sadness at home. Drove her away. I drove her away.
That's not true. Don't be so magniloquent.
I don't understand half of what he says, but he is a love. Always looked out for his baby sister. Comes home every month to help us look for her.
Were you close?
Yeah. She's only 15. I'm gonna have a quick shower before we head out.
Cool rocks. There's a story behind them. He had a hard time when we first moved here. He was small for his age, and the neighborhood boys used to pick on him because of his accent. Well, he was older, he never lost it. And one day, they cornered him in the alley and beat him up bad. The head bully went to Sunday school round the corner. Simon marched right into the church and smashed the back of the kid's head with the Superman lunchbox. He'd filled it with them rocks. Not the bully out cold. Those boys never bothered him again.
I bet they didn't.
Simon's always been a bit of an alien in this family. Smarter than all of us, different. But there's one thing he gets from me. One trait that tells me he's definitely my son. David. That boy never lets anyone push him around. He always gets even.
Philip? It's me, Simon. I know you're there. Brought some sardines for Samantha from that fish market she likes. I also have a first pressed 78 of Dark as the Night, Cold as the Ground. It's Blind Willie Johnson, Philip.
Simon Campos, where the hell did you find a first press 78? Hey? You know, this song was sent into space on the Voyager spacecraft. If extraterrestrials ever actually listen to it, they're going to think we're a lot cooler than we really are. Are you here, Simon?
I see the Welsh archers have moved into their flanking position. Has Henry made his speech yet?
Oh, yeah. This story, the good man shall teach his son, and Crispin shall ne'er go by from this day to the ending of the world. But we in it, we few, we happy few.
We band of brothers. What? I like Shakespeare. Seriously? Did you honestly think the FBI wasn't going to check your cell phone records? So what's it been, like 10 calls he's made to you in the past couple of weeks?
Give or take.
Well, whatever it is you have to say, it's got to be important enough for you to lie, manipulate, and evade the FBI. So please, continue.
Well, it's quite a press conference, sir. Might have set particle physics research back 100 years.
Philip, you are the only professor I have ever had who I know is smarter than I am. Do you think a particle accelerator could have generated some sort of decoherence wave?
Well, if your experiment at NLAP unleashed a tachyon bust, then yes. Without a doubt, it could have caused human consciousness to flash forward in time as the wave moved through.
So tell me, how would we build something to keep us in the here and now?
It's impossible.
No, it's got to be possible. We have to anchor consciousness if another wave happens. It's simply a matter of finding a way.
Simon...
We have to protect ourselves from the effects of another blackout. Now, there is nothing I can do about the 20 million who died on October 6th. Please, help me save the millions who will die if this happens again.
So, in plain English, what exactly were you two talking about?
The design that I created that showed up in Somalia, Philip was my advisor on it. He mentored me all through my PhD. The man's a genius. I need answers. Let's just say the FBI doesn't work at the speed I'm accustomed to.
Some might say that speaks to control issues.
Some might, yeah.
My therapist says control issues are rooted in fear.
Your therapist is right. This is a gray area, and it terrifies me.
This is nice. I eat a lot of takeout at my desk, alone.
Well, that's sad, love. Pretty girl like you. No boyfriend, no kids.
I'll get that, Mum.
Oh, thanks, love.
Gotta watch that back. Oh.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't care about any big science job or the fact that he's all over the TV. He's still my baby, you know. I remember kissing his scraped knees like it were yesterday. Motherhood's crazy like that.
Simon, be a dear and get that.
It's a surprise. They're Uncle Teddy.
Uncle Teddy.
Simon, when I heard you were kidnapped, I was so worried. Thank God you're okay. It's a wonderful Côte d'Aron from Saint-Gervais.
And he's always bringing us exotic wines back from his travels.
Easy now, there are only 15 more bottles on the planet.
I'm self-medicating.
So are you two brother and sister?
Technically, I'm a very distant cousin.
Teddy's the reason we moved to Canada.
Really?
Actually, Simon's the reason. Kid's IQ scores were off the charts, yet he was failing all his classes. Bored, obviously. I want to make sure his exceptional potential didn't go to waste.
He started at University of Toronto when he was only 13.
And that was followed by the Youth Physics Fellowship, the PhD, the postdoc at NLAP.
Postdoc, not post-op. Can we dispense with the This Is Your Life episode, please?
You know, I never took time out to have kids of my own. They're such blessings.
Do you regret it?
Nah. I've got these guys. I could never repay what they've given me. School plays, hockey games, birthday parties. Shut up.
Simon?
Everything I've learned about family, I've learned at this table.
Pay no attention. This is all a charade.
What is your problem?
It's all right. Red wine makes him mean. His father was like that, too.
How dare you bring him up? You have no right to.
You were brought here to witness an experiment that will change humanity for all time. An experiment that could not have been conducted without you.
The only thing I've worked on in the past year
At NLAP. The experiment that occurred exactly 1 minute and 47 seconds ago.
What have you done?
Probably killed millions of people. We expect backlash against those ultimately found responsible. What a coincidence that your father passed away just when we needed to create an alibi for you. Some kind of hunting accident, wasn't it? A private plane will take you back to Toronto now. The FAA will not have a record of the flight. One more thing. When people ask you what you saw in your flash forward, make up a story and stick to it. Hear that? That is the sound of the whole world waking up.
Mr. Flosso has a plan for every thought you're thinking. A hunting accident. You gotta be careful with those shotguns. Handle them wrong. Kaboom.
You killed him. You killed my father. Now I got my killer story.
Hello? Oh, my God, come quick. It's your sister Annabelle.
No way.
Where is she?
Simon, that call, it's not for you.
This is FBI Agent Janice Hawk, badge number 309817. I need to trace a call.
Everyone, I am okay.
Where are you, baby?
I'm in New York at Port Authority. I have a bus ticket. I want to come home. I want to come home. I love you.
Why are you doing this?
You've been accepting our help for 20 years. Surely you didn't think that came without a price.
You asked me to give you data. To tell you when we were running the experiment, that's all. Killing my father. Taking Annabelle, that was never part of the deal.
The deal is whatever we say it is. And right now, we need you to cooperate. Annabelle is just insurance. Let's go for a little walk, shall we?
It
It was the ring that kept me awake, wasn't it? Some sort of quantum entanglement device.
What do I know? I'm just a middleman.
I think you do know. What I'm still trying to work out is why you would cause a blackout in the first place.
It doesn't matter. What does is that you continue doing what you're told. And don't think your professor can help.
You killed him.
This is your last warning. Cross us again and we'll start shipping Annabelle back to you piece by piece.
No. I'm calling your bluff. You need me. Otherwise, I wouldn't be alive right now. I want to talk to the people pulling the strings.
That's not gonna happen.
See, I think it will, as I'm sending them a message. And the message is you.
You have no idea what you're doing.
Sure I do. I'm cutting out the middleman. Too bad about your emphysema. This is gonna make this so easy. Your cardiac output starving. Your heart and brain are valuable oxygen. And finally, cardiac arrest. The bruises on your chest, just my futile attempt at CPR. This is for my father. You pathetic son of a bitch. I never get pushed around. And I always get even.